Esiku Dede Àsìkò yìí. Hello everyone, it's Adirunke. I hope your day is going well. Today I'd like to talk about ire and ibi. Ire àti ibi. Ire and ibi, and what they mean. They are opposites of each other in many ways. What they mean. Ire is the more positive of the two, and it means a variety of things depending on the context. It could be goodness, it could be blessings, it could be wellness, it could be favor. If you apply it to another context, it could also be grace. It could also be grace in a particular kind of context. It could be basically all the things that I've mentioned: goodness, blessings, most especially. Ibi, I've already addressed Ibi and what it is: evil, misfortune, if you will, bad, all that. Ibi could also mean other things that I've addressed in the respective videos, so I encourage you to watch them if you haven't. I made a video recently on profit and loss, ofo àti èrè, and I mentioned that word construction is very, very important, and it's an underexplored aspect of the Yoruba language and culture. You would notice that with many things, especially when they're dual, they have one, the pronunciation of one is not entirely like higher in pitch or tone in comparison to the others. I was given the example of eri and ofo, which means that there's sort of like a balanced approach to duals, positive and, if you will, negative companions, if you will. Tibitirela dali aye, we don't over focus on the good or over focus on the evil, just so that we can always stay above them. When you don't zoom too far into the evil, you are able to attain a level of, it won't be aloofness, but a level of balance that gives you a better understanding of how the earth works. So with eri and ofo, you would notice that they are sort of on the same level pronunciation wise. They are very balanced words. With ire and ibi as well, ire, ibi, ire, they have no tone marks on them. So rere for ire, rere for ibi. Re is the tone mark. We don't really put any mark on syllables that have the re tone anymore. We used to put like a horizontal mark on those vowels, but we don't anymore. So ire, ibi, you would notice that it's the same. There's always something to note. I will treat it separately, so don't worry. The act of feeling Yoruba words, the act of the words themselves tell you how the ancestors felt about them and how you should feel about them. Ire, ibi, you place them on the same like level, you know, in some way, so that if you experience ire, you are very thankful to the earth for it. You are very grounded about it. You recognize its source. You recognize its source and you thank its source. And if you experience ibi, you're not downtrodden. You're not, you know, you don't completely lose yourself. You know that it could be a kind of ire in a sense, or it could be for your own good in some way. I know it's always difficult to say. Well, it's easier to say in theory than in practice. It's easier to say theoretically than in practice. But, you know, there's definitely a message there.
An example statement that contains ire and ibi would be ibi wa ninu ire wa ninu ibi. Ibi wa ninu ire wa ninu ibi. Ibi, evil. Wa is to exist or to be. Ninu is inside. Ire is good. Evil exists inside good, and then the other part, ire wa ninu ibi. Ire is good. Wa is to exist. Ninu is inside. Ibi is evil. Evil exists inside good. Good exists inside evil. So, apart from the fact that Yoruba people recognize that good and evil are very inherent characteristics of the earth, of how the earth works, we also believe that they cannot necessarily be separated. That is, they have to coexist. Before you can say that something is good, there has to be a version of it that is evil. It would be nothing, really, if there weren't opposite sides to it. Before you can say that something is a good girl, inherently, in the background, in your consciousness, you have accepted that there could very well be a bad version of that thing, and that is why you've recognized that thing as good. Before you can say that someone has a good character, you must, within you, inherently, whether you think about it consciously or not, know that it is possible for a bad character to exist, and that is why you've classified Tade's character as good, or Omikunle's character as good. So there's both good and evil, and both evil and good, depending on whoever is on the receiving side of what. Apart from the fact that before you say that something is good, oh, it's an extra good day today, it's a peaceful day, oh, we thank Eledumare for this wonderful day. Before you can say that there is a wonderful day, or before you can request for a wonderful day from Eshu or from Obatala, let's say, you already know or have an idea at least of what a typical bad day can look like. That is Ibiwa ninu ire, irewa ninu ibi on a basic level. But if you even take it further, nothing is permanently or inherently good, and nothing is permanently or inherently bad. It just depends on what one thinks. That you're happy on a particular day, or it's your day of joy, or let's assume that you get promoted to a position that everybody was, I suppose, vying for, trying to get to. Yes, it's a good day for you, but it can also be a bad day for the person who didn't get it, you know, and no hard feelings. It's just, it might not even necessarily be that they have any grudge with you, or it's your fault that you've done anything wrong or anything. It's just natural. Whoever is on the receiving side of what determines whether it is good for them or not. Yoruba philosophy really needs to be explored and appreciated more. I think Yoruba heart, a lot of things are just skipped over. If
you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'll be more than happy to respond. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.
àwọn èèyàn lè dá sí ojúmọ̀ ní ọmọ ajínigbà ejò gúdúgúdú lè sọ aláàbàjẹ́ àkùkọ kànáńgó já àbájá àkọwà ní ìṣẹ́lẹ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ bá kẹlẹ́ kẹsàn owó mi ní ilé aláwọ̀ kò sí lẹ́sàn káàdé ọ̀pọ̀ èrè àwọn jáláwọ̀ tàwọn ọmọ òkèèsì rárá kò wá àtọmọdé àṣẹṣọrun akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ àmọ́mọ́ tí àláwọ̀ ní onímọ̀ kọ́mọ́rò ta nínú orin ó fọ́jú aláṣẹ ìjọ́jẹ́ ní orí àkókò ìjà ilé ní tú eléyìí kọ̀lọ̀kọ̀lọ̀ tí ń bẹ̀ ń lò láwọ́ ti pa àfihàn nígbà tí ẹ̀jẹ̀ ó bínú àfẹ̀sìn jagun sínú ago ọ̀sọ̀rọ̀ kẹfà ara eléyìí